What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're back out here in the garage this week, fixing to get to work on Rouse. I've got something special to show you guys that we're fixing to start to do the Rouse and what the video today is going to be over. I'm super excited for it. I hope it's going to turn out great. So I'm fixing to get to showing you guys what I'm talking about. All right, real quick, just something I want to tell everybody before I start. I hope my video doesn't pick it up, but my neighbors are mowing their yard, so hopefully it doesn't pick up very bad in the video. I'll try to talk loud so that way you guys can still hear me, just in case there is weed eaters and lawnmowers in the background, but hopefully it won't mess with the video too bad. All right, guys, so what I got going on today here is we're gonna be taking care of these primered bedsides on Rouse. So here a while back, I got some spray paint from Walmart, and I've seen a lot of people try to imitation patina with spray cans on YouTube and stuff. So today I'm going to try to show you guys how I'm going to do it. I've never done it before, so this is learning for me too. But I got 3 different colors. So the truck is primarily rust, silver, and blue. So I got brown, silver, white, and blue. And I sprayed them all here on a piece of metal here I got. And you can see here, these are my 4 colors. So you take it over here to the truck and try to match it up here. And so like the blue there, I can scuff that and get the shiny off. It matches really, really well. And then, you know, brown is brown, but it really matches the rest color there. The silver here doesn't match 100%, but I think I can add some white there, like it's on that corner there, to this here, and kind of try to scuff it down a little bit. So that way, hopefully it'll match. But like, if you come back here to the tailgate where the truck's still really silver, you know, the gray there really matches really good. So hopefully with some trial and error and just trying to figure out what I can do here, hopefully I can make it match really, really good. I am going to try to keep the white on the bottom and then the blue center there. So I've got 3 spots to paint. I've got this wheel well, this back here. So that whole piece there, I guess, will just be one big piece getting painted. And then here, you come around on the other side of the truck here. I've got that there. Inside here on my filler cap, I'm just gonna paint blue, and then we'll put the filler cap back on and then re-patina it. And then that should be it for the video. How I'm going to get my body lines back to what I need them to do is I got the original chrome that come across the back of the bed there. I'm just going to try to mock it back up and trace lines on the bedside with a pencil. They should show up okay on the primer there. And then the next thing I got to do real quick before I do that is I've got to wash the truck because it's kind of dirty. So I got my soap and water already ready, so I'm fixing to wash the truck there. And then after it dries, I'll come back and we'll be trying to figure out how to paint it. All right, so I got the side of the truck here clean. I'll take you over here. I am experimenting with my different kind of paints. I found some orange paint too, so I'm gonna try to use that for maybe some of the lighter colored rust. But out here, I've got my test piece out here. I'm just trying to figure something out, got all my paint and stuff out here. So after I get it figured out on my little practice piece of metal here, I'm gonna be actually painting the truck. The next thing I'm gonna do, also off camera, I'm going to tape up the bed sides here so we don't get overspray on anything. And then I'm gonna have to also trace out the lines for what needs to be white and what needs to be blue. I'm probably gonna try to do the white first, just because I think it's going to be harder. So I want to get the hard part over with first, because if I don't like it, then I may change how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to try to do it first, and it's also a bigger section, so I get more done faster. So I'm going to try to do that really quick, go ahead and get everything taped up, and then I'll come back. All right, guys, I got the truck here all taped up there for the bottom. So I guess the first color we're going to be putting on is the brown. All right, guys, I've changed my mind. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to paint the silver with the white here over this, and then I'm going to take a Scotch-Brite pad and put the brown on it and the black and the orange, and I'm going to dab it on here later. So the first coat we're going on is going to be, I'm going to paint it the silver or the gray, and then I'm going to like kind of fade the white over top of it just to kind of give it more of the color I really want, because the gray is a little too dark for what I really want. So that's why I'm going to try to use the white and kind of try to mix them. So we'll see how it turns out. If it turns out good, we'll keep it. All right, so while I'm waiting on the passenger side here, as I got it done there, while I'm waiting on it to dry, I'm going to go ahead and come over here to the driver's side. And as you can see here, I drew my line there with a pencil for the wheel well. That's how I figured that out. And I'm just gonna start taping this side over here up, so that way I can have it ready. I probably won't be able to get it done till tomorrow, so, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it done to where I got it taped up, so that way I'm just that much ahead for tomorrow. So I'm fixing to get on that, and then after the other side gets done drying, I got my Scotch-Brite pads already cut. I'm just gonna spray paint in them and dab it on there. That looks to me like the best way I found to do it, so that's what I'm fixing to get to doing. All right, so I got the other side here all taped up just like the other side there. I'm gonna wait till paint it tomorrow so I can turn the truck around, so that way it'll be in the sun, so that way it'll dry better. This side over here though, the passenger side, it feels dry enough to try to start patina in it. So I guess we're gonna be trying to figure that out. So like I said, here I've got a Scotch-Brite pad here, and I dropped this one, but here I got this here. I'm just going to spray paint in this here and use this to kind of sponge onto this, giving hopefully a rust effect. I've got several different colors here. I've got a dark brown, a light brown, a orange, and a black. The blue is for later, not putting blue on the bottom there, but those 4 colors there, I'm gonna try to just recreate my patina like it's on the bottom of the door and on the bottom of the bedside there. But hopefully it works, and if not, I guess we'll be sanding it back off and doing something different, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna work and hopefully it'll look good. So the first color I'm gonna start with is my dark brown here on the Scotch-Brite pad. So I'm just gonna take it, it's here, you know, put quite a bit here on it like that there, and then take and just dab it on there. Try to kind of making rust spots. All right, so I figured out how to do my decent patina work here. So I'm just taking the Scotch-Brite pad here and just taking my dark brown paint. Oh, I also put gloves on because I don't want my hands to be brown tomorrow. So I put that on. So if you're doing it, gloves is a good idea. So I just take my brown paint, take my Scotch-Brite pad here, and I'm just spraying a pretty good amount of paint in here. And then I'm just going to take and just kind of dab the Scotch-Brite pad here on the metal. And I'm kind of just trying to mock this off of like what the bottom of the door up there looks like. So if you can see up there, you know, like the bottom here is more heavily rusted. So I'm kind of trying to make this more solid. And as we move up to the top here, it's going to get more splotchy. So whenever you move up, just apply less pressure here with your Scotch-Brite pad, and it'll leave littler dots. And then this truck's got a lot of brown rust, so I'm kind of just trying to make it be a pretty big color here. So as you can see, there's how I've done all of this. So I think it looks pretty good, and after we get done with the brown here, we'll go back and start with different colors. But I'm kind of running out of time today, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this passenger side here all in the brown, and I will come back bright and early tomorrow morning, and we'll get with other colors. All right, so it is the next morning out here, and just got the truck back outside. So here you can see what all I did yesterday across the bedside there. So like if I step back, it looks pretty good so far. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be moving on to my next color. I'm going to go with I think the light brown next, and then just dabbing it on kind of just like how I did this first color. So that's what I'm fixing to start doing now. Okay, so I'm out here and I have got the light brown done here on the passenger side. So this right here is what we're looking like right now. I also went ahead and did the dark brown and painted the driver's side over here, so that way I can just get a little bit further ahead there. So now the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to be trying to add a little bit of orange. So right here I've got my orange paint, and I'm going to be trying to use a water bottle here to, you know, spray the metal down and then try to spray the orange over top. So that way I kind of give a rust streaking effect, and that way we'll have more like this orangey color in there, to where like right now it's just pretty much the gray and the brown, and I kind of want this orange color in it too. So that's what we're going to be working on next. Hopefully it works. If it does, I'll come back. All right, so what I'm doing here, so you can show here real quick. So I've kind of done a little bit of a test run here on the back of the bedside here. What I'm doing is I got my water bottle here, and I'm just taking and spraying it down, getting it really good and wet here, you know. And I'm taking my orange spray paint here, and then I'm getting at a good distance here, and then I'm just kind of trying to mist it on there just a little bit, just kind of giving a rusty effect to it like that. And then taking my water bottle again and trying to spray on a downwards motion, trying to get it to run just a little bit there. Whenever I get that done, see here, let it dry for just a little bit. Once it dries just a little bit, I've got a microfiber towel here, and I'm just going to sop up the water here like this and just getting it dry just like that there. Drying it out.
Is it best to pat it like that?
That's, yeah, I wouldn't rake it. I just pat it dry there. And then as you back up there, you can see it's kind of got the orangey look there that I want for, like, it's just matching up front there, because this color here is like the original paint color. So what I'm wanting to do is I'm kind of wanting to try to fade that down to like more like this color here that's gotten the rust in it there, so that way it looks more like up front. So hopefully this guys helps you guys if you're doing it yourself, but it's looking pretty good here. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish doing this along this whole entire side here, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now I have got the orange done here. So this is going to wrap up the white for the passenger side here. As you can see here, that made it match pretty daggum good there. So I'm going to pull the paper off and then see what it looks like, and then I'll be right back. All right, so here we go. We got all the papers took off, and you can see there as the patina job looks super good. I mean, if you get like super up close here, you can still see a line there, but I mean, just a little bit of blending is all it's going to take. You know, up front here, I mean, there's a pretty good line there up front, but I can blend that over and then get that all good to go. So now I am, instead of working on the blue today, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the other side over here and start with patina and the white on this side. Like I said, all I've done to this side so far is just the dark brown. I'm going to turn the truck around so that way the side is in the sun, so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So whenever I get it turned around, we will be continuing with the lighter brown and then doing the rest again. So I may set you up this time and do like a little speed run of what you guys being able to watch what I'm doing here. So I'm fixing to get in the truck, turn around, and then I'll show you guys what I'm doing. All right, so I got the light brown here done on the truck. So now the next color is I'm just gonna lightly dab some black in, just like I did on the other side. So that's what I'm fixing to get to doing now. All right, so here we got all the black done and the lighter brown color there. So now, only thing we got left to do is the orange. All right, so we got the driver's side here done. All got the paper all took off. So now all I gotta do is blend it in with the old there. So I'm going to go ahead and do all my blending off camera here real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll start working on the blue. All right, so it is a couple days later and I'm back on Rouse here with the painting. I got all my blending done that I said I was going to earlier. So I'll step back here and show you guys the patina on the white there. So I think it looks awesome. It's really, I mean, up close you can kind of tell a little bit of a difference, but from far away you can't distinct it off from original. So I am super happy with how it turned out. So hopefully we can make the blue match just as good. So that is what we are going to be getting into next here. I'm going to tape up what I don't want to get painted blue. So I'm going to, you know, tape all the stuff up we worked on a couple days ago, and I'm gonna take my chrome up, and then I'm gonna go over it with the blue paint, and then well, after I get it all taped up, I'll come back and I'll go over what all I'm gonna do for steps with that. So with that being said, I'm gonna get to taping and then I'll come back to you guys. Okay, so I got the passenger side taped up. Took a little longer than expected, so may have to do some of this inside, which is okay, because they're probably, I mean, hopefully the lighting will be okay in there. But so I got the passenger side here all done here, and I have got my blue here. I showed you guys the paint match the other day. This color blue matches super good. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go in there and get a piece of 600 grit sandpaper, and I'm just gonna lightly scuff the truck there so the paint sticks good, and then I'm just gonna coat it down with my blue here, and then after I get that there done, I will come back and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so I've got I put two coats of blue on the passenger side bedside here. You can see the color is a little bit off, but hopefully I can sand it down and get the gloss out of it, and then the color should match pretty good. Also, when I was putting this on, the paint like up here, you can see where it's kind of streaky and splotchy. Well, I kind of tried to do that and like left some lighter color areas with some darker areas and such, so that way the paint kind of matches like the old. But this is still wet over here, so while I'm waiting on this here to dry, I'm going to go over here to the driver's side and I'm going to tape it up, since it takes quite a while. So hopefully by the time I get done taping, this side will be dry and ready to go on to the next step. Okay, so I am going to be done painting for tonight just because it's gotten dark on me out there. But I was able to go ahead and get both sides painted with the blue there. Flip you around here and show you what I got going on. The blue is definitely a different color blue than the truck. So I'm hoping that I can take, once this dries really good tomorrow, I can sand it down and get the gloss out of it. And hopefully when I knock the shine off, it'll match better. I'm hoping. If that don't work, I may try to primer it, like completely redo everything, primer it black, and then spray the blue back on. It ain't gonna cost me nothing but time, but hopefully that would help. Hopefully we don't have to go through all that, and I can just do it by knocking the shine off. And then hopefully whenever I add like the rust and the gray specks, like, cause I'm gonna try to get some of this stuff here going again back there. So hopefully by me adding stuff like that right there, it'll bring the tone of the paint down. But here's this side here. I'll bring it around here and show you guys the other side as best I can. You know, you can really tell here on this side that, you know, I mean, the two blues, they're totally different, but hopefully I can make it work. Like I said, if not, we'll just primer them back black and then respray the blue. But I'm gonna go ahead and go in for the night tonight, guys. So I will catch you guys back out here tomorrow. All right, so it's the next day again, and I'm back. I had to run to town and get a different color blue because that color blue did not work. So what I ended up doing was I got this Rust-Oleum satin midnight blue. I guess is the name of this, whatever. Got this, it's a lot lighter here, as you can see. And this is the new color, this is the old color. So we're going with this here. Also got this color. So, like on Rouse, as you guys can see here, it's a lighter blue and a darker blue. So, I got my base coated the dark blue. So I'm going to try to fade this into it with probably an up and down motion, because if you look like at the door, it looks like the lighter blue is more up and down there. So I'm going to try to go and lightly spray some in an up and down motion across both sides, because I've got the other side also painted in this darker blue. I tried several different ways to flatten out and fade out and darken the other color. It just was not working with me. So now this is the idea I've come up with. Hopefully, right now this looks so much better than the other did. It just looks like it's a much, much better color. So now I'm going to be getting with painting this over top of that, like I said, in an up and down motion, just lightly putting it on, kind of trying to want it a little bit streaky-ish, because that's kind of what the original truck here is. And the other side we'll have to do a little bit different, because the other side of the truck's a different color than this side of the truck. So we're just mainly focused on this side for right now. Whenever I get over there to the other side, I'll show you guys what I'm going to do over there. But with that being said, I'm going to get to painting over here. Also, I've got my high quality body shop lighting here. So nobody has an excuse. I have very little body work, whatever, but experience. Thank you, Abby. I have very little body work experience. So, I mean, anybody can get out and do this. I've been YouTubing it, just like you guys are watching me on YouTube. Well, I YouTube it too. So, hopefully my channel will help you guys also. But if not, just get out there and search. I mean, if you're wanting to patina something yourself, it's very doable. I mean, like I said, I have very little experience. I mean, I'm 18 years old. So, I mean, anybody can get out and do it. So, don't let that be your excuse. So, get out there and do it.
You just gotta believe in yourself.
All right, so while I'm letting the other side dry, I'm gonna come over here, talk about this side. So like here on this part of the truck, as you can see, this side is much, much darker than the other side. So I'm not gonna add near as much of the lighter blue. I'll go ahead and take you guys back to the other side to kind of give you guys a little look here at what the other side here looks like. But hold on, I have to get my pocket flashlight out. There we go. You guys can see that this is a much lighter blue, like than even on the door. So the two blues are very different. But I will bring you guys back there once I move the light again and show you what the bedside looks like. It looks really, really good. So on this side here, I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of do the same process, just not near as heavily, just to hopefully kind of get this to match decent. So I'm going to get to doing that, and then I'll come back to you guys. All right, so as this is still drying, hopefully you guys can get Bear, get out of the way. If Bear will move, hopefully you guys can see what I did here with misting the lighter blue over it. It looks really, really good. I know that the lighting's kind of bad in here, but I'll pull it back outside tomorrow and show you guys a little more, because I'm gonna let this sit to dry overnight, and that way whenever we come back tomorrow, everything will be really good and dry. I went ahead and did the same thing to the other side. I don't think the other side's matching just as good, so we may have to do a little bit more blending and such, but it should all turn out fine. And it'll all change too, I'm sure, and look a lot better whenever I start adding in like the primer speckles and rust and stuff like that. So that's gonna be it for tonight guys. So I will catch you guys back out here tomorrow. All right, so I'm back out here again, next day. But I've got the blue how I want it, so I'm fixing to pull the tape off. So I'm just gonna show you guys here what I'm working with there. I know it's still a little bit of a different color, but I'm hoping once I can add rust and stuff, it'll tone it down. I'll show you here on the other side what I got going on. I know it's not in the best of light there, but you can still see this side matches much, much better than the other side does. So hopefully this side will work out, And this side over here, I may just have to add a little bit more rust on this side. So I'm fixing to get to taking the tape there off. And then once I get all the tape and everything off, I will come back to you guys. All right, so here I got all of my tape off of the truck there. As you can see, this blue here still doesn't match perfect, but it's okay, because I'm hoping once I start trying to add rust and some stuff like that, the color will darken down. And I may even try wet sanding it just a little bit there. But on the passenger side here, our color looks super good. You know, it just looks nice and neat. So once I add in some imperfections to it, this side over here will look super good. But I'm just really gonna have to try to work on the driver's side. Don't really know 100% what I'm gonna do, so you guys are just along for the ride with me. But before I try to start over here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start on the passenger side really quick. And what I'm gonna do is, like where my primer spots here are showing through here, I'm just gonna take the Scotch-Brite pad again, and I'm gonna dab some primer spots here on the new blue here. And then from where I have this chrome line here, you guys can see where it's silver, where it was white, silver, blue. I'm just gonna try to add some rust line up and through here and go down, because on most of the truck it is, you know, all rust. But hopefully it turns out all right. If not, I mean, it's just gonna be what it is. It looks a lot better than primer, because like you stand back here and look at the truck, it looks a lot better than it did with the primer bed sides. So I'm tickled with it like it is. So I'm gonna get to putting the primer spots in it, and then I'll set you guys up and so you can watch what I'm doing. I'm just repeating, gonna do it just how I did the browns and the blacks for the white. Just to do the same spraying in the Scotch-Brite, dab it on, and then I'll come back. So now we're going to take the silver color paint and put it over top of the dark brown. All right, so here now, show them, Abby. We got us a good line for our silver, you know, and then like step back. Look, easy. And then if you look there, so the line there matches a lot better, as you can see. Let's say back. You can see here, got a lot better line there. So now the next thing we're gonna be doing is with the same silver paint and the Scotch, but not silver, the gray primer colorish paint and our Scotch-Brite pad. We're going to try to add in our primer spots showing through here. So, like I said, same way, Scotch-Brite pad here. Just going to dab in some few spots, not a ton of spots, maybe some just above the line here, and then some along this seam here, and then maybe just a few dots here and there, like how that is. And then kind of go a little heavier towards the back of the truck and get lighter as we go forwards, because as you can see, back here is pretty heavy. And then like right in front here, we don't have any spots of primer. I mean, up here by the door we do, but not right here. So like I said, kind of heavy towards the back, and then lighten it up as we get to the front. So we're gonna get to painting. All right, so now we have got the primer spots done. So they're showing the bedside there, Abby. I know it's getting dark, guys, and the lighting is not super great out here. So I'm probably gonna wrap up the video here. Only thing left I really got to do is, you know, I'm just gonna add a little bit of rust underneath of the chrome here, like along the bottom of the chrome, like how it's rusting here and here. Just a few small spots like that there. And then I'm gonna repeat everything on the other side. And then I'm just gonna sand these lines here down. So like where it's got the good clean line like that there, I'm just gonna sand and taper that in. I'm going to try to get the other side blended in as best as I can. So we'll have a big paint reveal, finished up, whatever, next video. So at the beginning or the middle of sometime next video on the truck, I will reveal what the paint looks like. Also, if you're following the truck build, keep in looking for a short that I'm going to be posting sometime next week. I've got an announcement for something I got for the truck that you guys are gonna like. I'm gonna like. I'm super excited about it. I got to get a few more pieces and parts. I got some on order, and I got to order just a few more things for it, and then it'll be going on the truck. So you guys stay in touch for that, because that will be coming very soon, probably next week or the week after. So just like I said, stay in touch for the short I'll be posting for a reveal for that. But with that being said, guys, I want to thank everybody who's watching, everybody who's a subscriber on there. Shout out you guys. We're almost to 100 subscribers, guys, and I am thrilled. I mean, I've been on YouTube here for just a little short while, and I've almost got 100 subscribers. You know, there for a little while, it felt like the channel was going nowhere, and now we're starting to take off again. So just hang in there with me, guys. Yeah, I'm still learning. So thank you guys for the people that are subscribers to the channel. And if you're not, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, guys. We will see you guys in the next video.